Falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And we get a glance here at their leader, the man who will be calling the plays under center. They go play action here on first down. And some space here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They're going to look to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Fresh set of downs here. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. The New York Giants offensively, their starters, and one guy out wide to take a look at, Sterling Shepard.
A really mature man in every way coming out of Oklahoma. Personally and professionally, you can play him out wide, play him in the slot. He can return punts for you. He's a dynamic playmaker.
The play fake. He'll look to throw. And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll run it with Johnson. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, Mean and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Shift together here from the D-line. He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, I know what I would do in this situation. You're on the road. It's the opening drive. You've gotten all the way down here. I would go for it.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback, highly decorated out of Stanford, Kevin Hogan.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. On 1st and 10, Hogan. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of... excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hogan, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's been busy with his feet. He's been quite the scrambling man.
And obviously that can break the...
Johnson, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
They go to Johnson again. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got room. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Looking to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now. Showing the other team.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. On 2nd down, Johnson shoves him away. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense. He
was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Back to throw. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Now Hogan. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to them right away because they have the matchup advantage.
Remain here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Send me to Orlando, please.
Don't be so soft. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 5 yards on the catch there brings up second down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Third down. Hogan. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And this one is right through. Our first half update now from Philadelphia. And that's now a 2-touchdown game as the Eagles have scored again. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses we talk to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they wanted to.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A dump off for Mason. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The Giants on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. They'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter in Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Throwing on first down. Hogan, and he slings one that's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing. And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. To throw again. Hogan going for the deep ball. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go now.
From the gun, Hogan. It's complete to Lockett. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Hogan going up top. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Around the NFL, they're in the second in Philly. And the Eagles out in front early. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Let's go.
A final shot before break. Hogan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Packers trail at home at halftime. The Giants will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's roll those highlights. Giants open up on offense. The connection will be made from the gun, and he'll be tackled at the 46-yard line. Later on the drive, they'd stall out and settle for a field goal. First and 10, Hogan's throw under pressure leads to the turnover. Hughes is the one who makes the pick, halting the offense's drive. Offense out now following the interception. The quick pass and completion is made, and this two-play drive goes for a touchdown. Giants up now by 12. Packers on offense midway through the second. Swearinger's got the reception, and he ends up at the 29-yard line before he stopped on the play. Packers would go on to kick a field goal. So that'll wrap it up for us here at the EA Sports Studio. We'll head back now to Green Bay for the start of the second half.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Now let's go.
To throw on second down. Hogan. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Vernon Butler in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Now let's go.
Hogan now. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Now let's go. Detroit. Detroit.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
They'll set up to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Here we go now. 3-19.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Room here to run. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This complete to Jones. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Duke Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Giants are able to grow their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation, but I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom, Leopard.
Looking to throw on second down. Hogan. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Calais Campbell able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Elsewhere, NFL scoreboard, third quarter now in Tennessee. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Play clock winding down. Throwing on third and long. Hogan. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout.
No escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on. Roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now let's go. Green.
To throw on 2nd down, Hogan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16.
Here we go now. Blue, line it. No. Check. Patriot.
From the gun, Hogan. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
All right, here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Second down following the run. Johnson on the counter. And some room to maneuver. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Duke Johnson with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead is now 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. So 2nd and 10 here.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Throwing again. Hogan. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So an agile move, but not a big gain. Down right near the 25. Call it a gain of 3. And just like that, it's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now. Green.
Operating from the gun. Hogan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Or has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And the Colts have opened it up a bit, leading by 2 scores. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. And now the Packers get set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Oh, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So for the Giants, it will wind up a .500 season as the win means they'll finish right at 8-8. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for Green Bay.